Hi, good day. I'm Joanne Molin and I will be teaching you the basic parts of the computer. Now, let us play a game. It's called a puzzle game which you will analyze what is given on a picture. You will analyze who it is, what it is. It has a meaning below and you will find or guess who it is. On our previous lesson about the computer pioneers or who's the computer pioneers. Okay, let's start.
Let's start. Who am I? Invented the World Wide Web and proposed hypertext. 2. Invented and developed his analytical engine in late 1830s. Who am I? Who am I? I am the co-founder and former CEO of Apple Company. Who am I? Developed the Turing machine in 1936. Who am I? The co-founder and early CEO of Microsoft Company. Thumbs up. Here's the answer.
Let me ask you something. Does anyone knows what is a computer is? That's right. Computer is anything that processes data. And data means it is the information given to a computer. Now we all know what is a computer is. Let us talk about the main topic of today, which is the basic parts of a computer. The basic parts of a computer is the monitor, CPU, keyboard, mouse, speaker, and printer. Does anyone knows or familiar on these devices that I'm talking about? Have you seen it in your house, in your outside place, school, just like that? Oh, not so very familiar. So now we are going to talk about it. Let us find out more devices that can be connected to a computer. There are two types of it. First is the input devices and the output devices. The input devices is helps us to put data on the computer. That's why I called input. You're putting data using it to a computer. While the output is it helps us to show the results of the processing data. When you input the data, the output devices processes it and show the results. Just like when you type on the MS Word and then you click print and the output of the printer will be the output devices because printer is the output device. Let us talk about input devices. First is a keyboard. When you heard the word keyboard, what comes to your mind? For me, keyboard means keys and it means you will press the keys to function the computer. Am I right? It's a very common sense. And second is a mouse. We use mouse to navigate icons, to click icons, to give direction to icons. We do a lot using mouse. We can draw using mouse or click whatever series we wanted using mouse. Mouse is very powerful. Without mouse, you can't do anything on a computer. Third is a joystick. Joystick is used by gamers because joystick is just like a mouse. You can navigate, but it was through games, and it was invented by a war. For all I know, it was invented for a war, just like we do in airplanes and helicopters. They use joysticks on it. That's why where it came the joystick was. And next is the microphone. Microphone we use it to to give some voice signals, to talk with your friends using microphone, because without microphone they can't hear you, right? And the scanner is it uses for scanning documents, for high resolution images documents, where you can print out or transfer to your computer anytime anywhere. And it's great to use scanner though for sending documents, because it's very high resolution and highly recommended to copy documents through hard copy from a soft copy. Of course, last but not the least, we have the processing unit or the CPU, the brain of all computer. Without CPU, without motherboard, it does not function at all. Because there's just like a human, we have a brain, we have a heart, and it's very important. It has a big role to a computer because it processes all the data, it reads all the information we input in there, and they process it to give output. And it is a cycle on it, and CPU was a very powerful thing in a computer. Let us now talk about the output devices. As I mentioned lately, it shows the result of what you input on the computer. And now we'll dig deeper what are the output devices. First is the monitor. We all know LED monitors are now on high demand. On my days, we have been using a very huge back monitors. I don't know what it calls it, but it calls monitor. We have a family computer, and the monitor was very huge, and I just play a random pixelized games, very no low megabytes games, like a retro games on it. Want to Be a Millionaire was a great game though. And second is a printer. Printer is very important also in our daily lives, because it gives us a good and satisfaction results of our documents, pictures, and everything we can do in printer. We can print out whatever we wanted with using a paper that we wanted, and we're using it for business, for home, for school. Printer was also a big role on us because it gives us the hard copy of a results of what we had input on the monitor on a computer. And speakers, his speakers is also has a great role when watching movies, watching clips, watching presentations, because music and speakers will gives us energy to listen. It gives us vibe. And speakers also, we need speakers because sometimes we are listening to a conference and we need to hear it. That's why we need speakers. And it's an output because sounds from the computer gives output to us to hear. Headphones, if you don't have any speakers, you can use headphones. Headphones is actually for me is a output and input, because in MS Word now you can dictate words and it was written on it. And I think it's a good idea to input data on it, because it's not it's effortless to type. You just dictate the words and it will transfer to MS Word and you print out. Now we are talking to storage devices. Of course computers need storage. where you can input data and store on it, like cloud, floppy disks, universal serial bus, or flash drives, or memory card. Of course, computer needs a memory, just like us. You have a short-term and long-term memory, right? First is the hard disk. Hard disk is inside the CPU. It's just like a metallic disc on it, as you can see. It's a metallic disc, that's what you call the hard disk. The floppy disk is very 90s. It doesn't exist right now. Floppy disk is like a universal serial bus or flash drive today, where you can input on a CPU, and it's just like a CD where you can input there, and it only holds a small amount of storage. And the compact disc, we all know this compact disc. This is CD. CD can store a lot rather than floppy disk. It's existing nowadays, but mostly they use hard drives, USB. It's a very modern right now, but CD is a great way to store because it does not corrupt. It doesn't corrupt, and it lasts a lifetime if you take care of it. And now I want you to identify the pictures that I will be given if it's a input or output devices. You will have 5 minutes to answer the following. And that's all for today, and I hope you have learned a lot from me, and have a safe day. Stay safe at home, and always clean your hands, wash your hands, put alcohol, and use face mask when going outside. And see you next week. Bye.